32,000.
I have just started the recorder.
Okay. Hey, and welcome to the podcast episode 2. Fucking yes.
As we
Spurious
now named it
Accusations.
Spurious Accusations.
You were behind naming this, weren't you, Stephen, right?
No, I named our secret Facebook group chat that because that's all we were doing in there.
Stephen,
But
I've got
what
a
does it even
spurious
mean?
accusation. You
spurious-
suck!
A spurious accusation is just when you say something like, "Oh, he fiddles kids," and you have no idea whether or not he fiddles kids, and he probably doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds about right.
Yeah, that's why I named the chat that.
Like when I say that Finbar once tried to free run over a fence because he was running away from a scary man, that wouldn't be a spurious accusation because there's evidence to support it.
No, there is no
happened.
evidence. It didn't happen, for fuck's sake. Have we
It
talked about this
absolutely
before in the
happened.
video?
It absolutely
So
I
happened.
haven't
long
spoken
ago.
about this.
Basically,
Yeah, let's open
do I have to
with
explain? For
Yeah.
fuck's sake.
Story time with Finbar. Put
Right,
an overlay,
apparently,
David.
this is what everyone said happened compared to what actually happened. Okay, so the whole running across a field, trying to jump over a fence, slipping and scraping my face against a fence and making it bleed or whatever. That
Okay.
is such bullshit, right?
Go on.
Well, tell us your side of the story and then I'll
Yeah.
say what actually
So
happened.
in Braintree, there is a thing called the Wreck. There's probably a few of them.
It's a field.
it's a field.
It's short for recreational ground.
And as a ute at like 16, me and a bunch of other people were sitting in said field after
As you do, because it's the only thing to do around here.
Yeah, it literally
And
is.
you all live around said field.
Yeah. So we're all like, it was after Carnival Day, and we're all sitting there, and some people start coming up from the bottom of the field, and they're like, "Don't fucking move!" Yeah, and one of them's got a dog or something, and then some people. By the way, this was before I lifted, so yeah.
Yes.
And then two people came down.
Finbar, isn't it?
Two people came down the alleyway behind us, and they basically
Pincer
started.
movement.
Yeah, they basically started randomly punching people, and I got punched in the face a few times, and so did some other people. The person who actually made up the story, what happened to him was he got pushed onto the floor and someone trod on him, but he was like, nah, I was fighting him, mate. But no, someone literally stood on him. Like, they fucking stood on him. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, and the other person who was making up stories, he hid behind a group of girls. So there we go.
I guess we should say that neither me or Stephen were actually here because we were
Nobody
doing
who made
something
the
else.
stories up was actually there.
But the way I hear it, Stephen,
Mm.
sorry, Finbar, or both of you even, I guess.
Actually, no, yeah, talk to me.
And people listening, it's a conversation that we're all included in. The guy challenged Finbar, and Finbar got really scared and ran away and tried to vault a small fence on
As
his
a
way over.
16-year-old probably would.
And caught his leg and scraped his head down the fence and was crying and stuff.
They didn't try and
This is
challenge
very
me.
elaborate.
I walked off, and that was it. I just went home.
But anyway, that's what a spurious accusation is.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Since then, oh man, do you remember the GMC? That's another story.
I remember the GMC. It was about the same time.
Fucking
Maybe we were a year older.
I'm not a racist, except against gypsies.
I
Does
think
that
that's
make me
okay
a
This
for us
is
to
not
say.
a conversation we want to be having. This is not something we want to object people to.
Not
What
all,
are-
but
I don't think you can grow up where we grow up and not hate gypsies.
Yes.
I'm sorry
Wax.
if you're watching this and you are a gypsy.
We
They
don't
don't have internet or TV or connections or bank accounts or houses.
I'm sure there are
Don't
some
be
nice
silly.
gypsies in the world, but the
Oh,
ones
yeah, no,
around
there
our
probably
house
are.
horrible. The ones
But
around
did
where
I-
we live just ruin stuff.
Finbar, did I ever tell you about when I was at work and the gypsies were like parked up outside there? I told David about this.
No, but it sounds scary. They're just aggressive for no
Premise
reason.
it with where you work, Stephen.
Okay, country park, sort of a ropes course, yeah. You know, obstacles,
Well, I know. but
High
we're
wires.
talking to the people
high ropes.
listening.
You know, like you're up in the air, and it's like, oh, you got to do this thing, and you got to do little obstacle things and like go across and climb. It's all very fun, and basically the whole park has just like got a load of people parked up in there, and like an entire segment of field in like this many-acred park is just taken up by gypsies.
Wait, they
Also-
went in there. That's a what? They went
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah,
Really?
the Discovery Park Centre.
Wow, kids play there. That's fucking
Yeah.
what
Yeah, oh
trash.
no, they had lots of kids. That's the thing. They went around in like a pack of 12, and they're
That's
all
the thing.
ginger.
The kids are all bullies as well.
Yeah, but they're
It's
all
just like-
ginger.
They are
No,
bullies.
You're
They
saying
are
this.
all bullies.
They were all really nice.
Yeah.
It's just, that's the weird thing. Even like obviously they're like, oh, they send the kids because people aren't mean to kids. I learnt that quite quickly. It was like, oh, they want something done. They don't send the adults because people are like, oh, fuck off. So they send the kids because you're like, oh, sorry. You do nice stuff. It's very, very smart. Like, oh, they're very nice. Like, we had no trouble from them except, like, dirty baby wipes and things like that. That wasn't fun. This is a country park and you had to clean the place up occasionally. Anyway, my only experience with them is, like, the one that I spoke to wanted to go on the course, and at the time it was like £10 a go. I think it still is. And,
more than even.
Yeah. Tell me about it. This is fun, you should go. And
no,
then, like,
we're too heavy anyway.
The guy that runs it doesn't even know first aid properly.
What do you mean?
Oh, that time that I pretended to be unconscious when you came around my house, you didn't help me at all.
I was alright.
I left the door open and I put a knife on the ground and I laid there unconscious.
Where's the knife?
You didn't even see the knife, exactly.
What?
I walked in, I shut the door and said, "What are you doing?" Because you were blinking. You were laying on your own kitchen floor or living room floor, and your bird's just like doing his nut.
See, the bird was worried.
The bird is doing his nut because he's like, "What's he doing?" He does this all the time.
What? Why did you lie down on your kitchen floor with a knife? I don't.
Because I just done my outdoor first aid, and David thought, "Right, I'm going to test him." So he opened his door, not knowing I was walking down the street, unless he'd like leered out his window.
I leered out the window and saw you coming, and then got the scene set up.
You set up your bay window with like sniper gear and stuff.
Oh my god!
Anyway, I walk in, and he's just like, just lying there. So I just kind of stand there for a bit. It's like, "You right, Dave?" And he's blinking, he's breathing. It's like, I can see from here.
There's no way you could have known I was breathing.
I saw your right. It's your chest, David. You're a big-chested man.
Thanks, biggest chested man on the podcast.
You had no. Having met everyone in this podcast, no. He's gonna hate me with that now.
Carry on.
I got called biggest guy at work when Ben and Mark were there the other day.
When they were there, did they not see them? Did they think?
No, it was the manager, and she says, "I need someone to help me carry these sauces." I was like, "I'll do it because I'm the biggest one here." And she said, "Yes, you are, David."
Oh, I see. So it's like they said, "Oh, yes, you are my special little boy, aren't you?"
Well, she's Polish, so it was more like, "Yes, you are, David."
You just got fucking.
What's that accent?
It was the accent of my manager.
David's Eastern European accents are amazing.
Poland isn't in Eastern Europe.
The accent was like Jar Jar Binks, for fuck's sake.
David, you sound so big.
You know what? Now you mention Jar Jar Binks, I can see similarities with the way she speaks and the way that Jar Jar speaks.
Anyway, going back to the Gypsy story, which I completely got derailed from.
Yes, go on.
It was more that just these kids are like 10 years old and they weren't sure if they were in Ireland or not.
Oh man, that's kind of funny. Well, surely the accents are a bit of a clue, right? But
I don't know.
Did I tell you about the time? Because this was like what, November, early December, wasn't it, Stephen? Ish.
Yes.
When they got turfed out of your place, they came to my place.
Oh yeah, didn't they?
They parked up in the car park outside Freeport, where I work. And one time, I think it was New Year's Eve, I was working the late shift, which kind of sucked, but the restaurant was shutting early, so it didn't matter. They came in, like loads of them, and they started being really aggressive because they got drunk, and one of them threw a glass at one of the pregnant waitresses. And the grill team, because we were all well-arred, were getting properly angry. And the I'm the grill team, by the way, and I'm the well hardest. And we had to get police in, and we had police acting as bouncers outside the door until we shut. Stephen, your parents aren't happy about the noise.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, we don't keep secrets from our
Don't you have
viewers.
headphones on though, David? I mean, Stephen.
It's not that. It's me talking.
Oh no, you can't talk.
Can we cut this?
Get them up
That's the
there.
whole fucking point of me putting that in the thing.
David, anyway, mine and David's experience with Gypsies are quite different, aren't they? Well, you've just explained one. You've got the one where the cinema, where they used to come into the cinema and try and order alcohol from the cinema. Who does that?
We do have a bar.
But nobody uses it.
They are within their right to request that the bar be open, but everyone hates serving at the bar. Because it's just an effort. So I can't moan at them like that, but when they get properly drunk and then allow their kids to run around stealing sweets and stuff, I think I can. have a problem with that because the moment I grab a kid, I get sacked.
Yeah, didn't somebody do that? They
someone
picked a
did
kid
get
up.
sacked. Someone did get sacked.
Yeah.
Someone, because the kids like to run through into the screens without tickets. Basically, this guy who's about my height, you know him, Stephen Chris, clotheslined one of them, and got sacked straight away. But if he doesn't clothesline that kid, then that kid gets in, and the whole system of us having a guy standing outside the screen to check tickets is pointless.
I kind of agree with that to an extent.
But yeah,
clotheslining's a bit aggressive.
You're not allowed to
manhandled.
This is why I
kids.
wish that we had a certain social law of 500 years ago where you could just stab a guy that annoyed you.
There'd be a lot of stabbings going on then, though. Like a lot.
Then only the strong
You'd have
would
been
survive.
stabbed. I'd have been stabbed.
I wouldn't have been stabbed.
Yes, you would have, David.
I'm
You've done
too
many
adept
an
at
annoying thing.
combat.
Okay, then says the person who trips over benches and just
That's
any
only
sort of
when
obstacle
girls
ever.
speak to me.
No, just in general. It's
Or a guy that's bigger than me. Do you remember when that massive guy asked me for a spot and I was so happy that a massive guy entrusted me to spot him with his heavy weight that I fell over on the way there?
And he knows him as well.
Oh my god.
Oh no, this isn't them. This was, I don't think you know the guy because he doesn't go to the gym anymore, but that massive guy that showed us how to leg press properly when we were noobs. Do you remember that guy?
Him.
He was benching like 5 plates and he asked me to spot him. And I was so happy that I was the size where someone like that would entrust me with his life that I tripped up on the way to the bench.
Oh man. So yeah, there's the cinema and then there's the GMC crew.
The GMC.
Hell.
Have you ever heard of the GMC?
that was a better accent. I'll give you that.
I don't know about this. What is
Have
this?
you heard of the IRA?
You didn't come out of a group though, did you?
When we
went out as kids, we used to just do this thing where we used to walk to McDonald's because it was the only thing to do.
We go to the rec, we kick a ball around, then we walk to McDonald's. This is before we were 18, so we couldn't go down the pub. And that's all you can do when you're below 18, living where we live. You go to the field, you kick a ball,
or you go to the
walk
field
to
and you drink
McDonald's.
vodka, which is what everyone else did, and I didn't do. Anyway,
when there's 5 of us, the GMC, the Gypsy Mayhem crew, as we named them.
No, that's what they named themselves.
Was that actually their name?
Yeah, that's what they called themselves.
GMC. I thought we made Gypsy Mayhem crew up, but
no, they made it up themselves.
Anyway, they would always come to us in groups of like at least 2 to 1 and try and start something. We'd always walk away because we're good and we were brought up as civilized folk for the most part. But yeah, like what can you do? You either fight.
Didn't they take
loads of people?
Charlie and Adam's football as well.
They stole footballs all the time. Do you remember the time when they were following us and Henry stayed to speak to them and they wrote GMC rules on his face in felt tip?
Yes, they actually did. They wrote GMC on his face.
Sorry, who was this?
Henry
Hopkins got GMC written on his face. On another note, don't smoke weed because he's now a proper tinfoil hat mess.
No, he knows.
No,
you guys are the fools.
David, please don't.
You guys are the fools.
Are we sheeple?
He understands.
He doesn't. He doesn't believe in the moon landings and stuff.
Nor do I.
Yes, you do. You just say you don't because you want to be hipster.
I believe that humans went there, but I don't believe they didn't find others. I believe they found more than the internet would have you believe.
So you believe the plot of Transformers is what you're saying?
Yeah, basically.
They found aliens.
Is it Megatron?
Oh my god.
They found aliens.
No,
Definitely.
they didn't.
Aliens exist, lads.
On a thing where there's no atmosphere. A lump of rock in the sky with no atmosphere and gets to minus 200 degrees on the cold side.
You heard the alien music. We spoke about this in the last podcast, I'm pretty sure. The alien music that they heard.
Yeah, but I
Do you
mean
the recording of the Mariana Trench.
No, there was that. No, oh yeah, we didn't talk about the alien music.
Oh, did we not? I thought we mentioned it.
On the Dark Side of the Moon, there was a recording of like alien music, wasn't there? Although it wasn't really. It was sort of that they only played it in. I was saying it. Oh, it's so convenient. It's only in 5-second snippets, so you can't even tell.
It's
just like a random noise.
Shall we not get into the argument?
Yeah, we're not going to get into the argument. But basically, we've had run-ins with gypsies and we don't like them. There's also the time on bonfire night where I tried to go and get some fireworks and stuff. And when I came out, the gypsies were there, threatening to start a fight outside Tesco's.
Do you remember when they started on Charlie because Charlie looked at one of them?
Yep,
Charlie does have an annoying look though. Charlie, like when he looks at you, it's just like, stop looking at me, Charlie.
It is a look that would make you paranoid, isn't it?
It is,
but
especially me.
It's just No, we do it on
I've heard
purpose.
Finbar say that
No,
before.
no. What?
I have heard you just look at Charlie and go, "Stop looking at me."
Well, no, it's normally whisper in each other's ears, like pretending
Yeah,
to
we
say
do
something
that.
about me. But they're actually not
Normally,
saying
all we
anything at all.
whisper is, "Oi, look at Finbar and start laughing in 5, 4, 3, 2," and we do
Yeah.
it. And then you give us the, "I hate you, but are you actually being serious now?" Look.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes I'll just go up to someone and just shout back, "Yeah, he does, doesn't he?"
Ah, man, I hate you all.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happens as
We're all
well.
good friends. Really.
Oh god, yeah. So, and I've got to stop now. But
No, just
carry
get
on
her
without
on.
me. No, she can't hear.
Why not? Have you not got headphones?
I can just about hear.
Hey, Carla, how's it going?
Hey.
You can't really hear. You'd have to like lean right. Yeah, exactly. You got to lean right into the headphones.
Do you
They're
not
not
have headphones that can go in one ear each?
Hi,
No.
David.
I don't. I have
Hey,
a headset. on.
Carla.
Do I not get a hello? Is this what?
No, Stephen doesn't get hello.
I didn't know Stephen was there. I just heard David talking.
There we go. We were just moaning about gypsies.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to share a story, Carla, about
A
gypsies?
story about gypsies. Do you have any stories about gypsies?
I've got
She
a
is
few
one.
actually at the orange tree.
The orange tree.
Oh.
Yes.
Somewhat
The
of a
orange-
hive.
I witnessed a chair fight between a lady and I'm assuming was her boyfriend or.
Wow. So she hit her husband around the head with a chair or something. What happened?
Was
She,
there a
like,
commentator nearby?
held it up and started jabbing at him with the.
Just so
chair
she didn't hit him,
legs.
she jabbed him with a chair.
With the chair legs. Yeah.
Wow. Just like Far Cry
And
Primal
she
mechanics.
threw the chair.
Ooh.
And while they managed to finally get the gypsies outside of the pub because closed and they wouldn't leave.
That sounds about
I got
right.
locked into the pub waiting for these gypsies to get in the taxi.
Did you get a free drink out
Stay
of
and
it?
drink more. Tried to order 30 shots of vodka
Oh!
between like 3 of them.
Yeah.
So,
How did you get locked in? Did you just...
no, the barman locked me in
Right.
to make sure I was safe
Okay.
because it was kick-out time, but he didn't want me to leave while they were out.
Right,
You're a
right.
tiny lady, aren't
Well,
you?
the one time we left the that stupid pub in town that had gypsies in it as well. there
Stephen,
was
you have no idea how creepy that sounded to me. Oh, you're a tiny lady, aren't you, Carla?
You hear what they're saying?
Just
Just
make
about.
everything creepy.
Anyway, I do have to go now and do stuff.
Ugh.
We can carry on tomorrow, Sophie, if you want.
Bye, Finn. Bye, Carla.
Bye.
Bye.
Shall we keep this good vibe going, Stephen? Get it onto a positive note instead of "we hate this."
Do we talk about anything other than what we hate though?
I mean, I like talking about things that we hate. There are things that we like in the world as well.
Go on.
Discounted
Go on, what do we like?
chocolate eclairs from Tesco Express.
Don't.
They're good, aren't they? We could talk about how it's the how I can't think of a single thing I like. The
Do you
only
not
thing
like
that brings me joy is
Romelu
talking.
Lukaku?
I do like Romelu Lukaku. What a man! What a legend!
Tell you what, that was impressive.
Well, it was a very, very impressive. We're recording this at 8 p.m. on Saturday the 12th. The mighty Everton just dispatched Chelsea to reach semi-finals of the Football Association Cup sponsored by Emirates. Getting to the semi-finals is pretty good. Not far enough, but it's pretty good. And we kind of got carried by our main striker, Romelu Lukaku.
It was
So I'm
beautiful,
on a bit of a vibe right now. Bit of a high, you might say.
though. Of course, you're not allowed to win it because we own the cup.
Plus, we don't win things. We'll get to the final and then we'll throw it. Which is why half of me would have liked us to go out in round one, because it would just save me it will save me this that I'm feeling now, where I actually feel some kind of hope or positivity, because I know we're going to throw it soon enough.
I haven't heard the words hope from you about football in like 6 months.
Exactly. And that hope's scary. Hope's a terrible thing when you support Everton, because it leads nowhere but disappointment.
Back in the 80s is where it leads.
Yeah, but I wasn't alive back in the 80s.
Were you not?
No, surprisingly. I was, but I was set in stone since 1735. Until a wizard
Do
released
tell.
me. So, well, I was born 1802 AD.
AD.
I said 1802. Of course, what I mean is year 182 AD. And then when I was 21, I got set in stone by an evil warlock, and then released in Well,
Where was
1994
this?
by a
Out of
wizard.
interest.
Oh, this was in, you know, the mountains that aren't the ones by France. Those mountains. I forget the name of the mountain range.
I
But
know what you mean.
Those ones, yeah. It's not the ones.
We're talking the Alps.
The Alps. That's it.
There we go.
It was in the Alps. Yes.
And
But
go on,
anyway,
no, explain.
So Evil Warlock came and was pretty mean to me, and I was pretty mean back. We had a bit of a slang match, and then he just cast a spell, and I was turned to stone, man. It was pretty rough. And then a good Warlock released me a little later on in like the year
good Warlock?
2005. Well, a wizard then released me in like 2005, and now I'm here,
2005.
old and wise.
You're not though, are you? Like,
What?
if you've been frozen, that doesn't make you wise. You've
But I
not
am.
gathered any wisdom.
No, I was just wise. Like I don't know. I just must have rolled well when I was rolling my stats when I was born for intellect and wisdom and stuff. So yeah,
Is that a
hit
thing?
him 19 and 20s on the D20.
Is that how things worked back in your day?
Yeah, when you were born, you just basically you'd have a set of skills. You roll a D20 for each one, and see where you were at, man. And I rolled pretty well on some things. I rolled pretty poorly for knees. Rolled very poorly for knees. Anyway, I see that Finbar's messaging us to carry on tomorrow.
Yeah, we're getting the
I've got
summons.
work tomorrow, so I can't do that.
We can do it whenever, people won't know.
I've got work Monday as well, mate. So next time we can do this Tuesday, mate.
I'm okay with this.
Beat you to your Tuesday.
Bye.